Machi Rebellion. This book contains the tale of Machi finding the Ring of Vigor. It is written in autobiographical form.
My palatial fortress rested on the island that was once the Democratic People's Republic of Jater. The fortress was built around the Celtuega's temple that was once a point of contention in international relations. The rest of the island is a smoldering ruin, centuries after I visited and turned the Republic to ash. I sat on the high throne of the main hall, raised high above all. Immaculate art, draperies, furnishings, chandeliers, marble floors, vaulted ceilings, velvet carpet, and every amenity a halfling boy from Antopia could ever dream of is present. I wore the robes of the Order of Dominance, plain black, except for the order's insignia in the back. Slaves labored hard, alongside researchers and scholars, as they worked day in and day out to uncover the secrets of the Celtuega's temple. Pitfalls, traps, forgotten beasts, and ancient guardians blocked the way, and progress was slow going. The gargantuan double doors at the entrance to the throne room bursted open, and one of my servants rushed into the room.
Lord Sixth! Lord Sixth!
Cried my servant, Iniscoro.
We found something in the temple!
I looked Iniscoro up and down, never forgetting that this man was once a terrifying bounty hunter who forced himself on me and my mother, ruining my childhood home of Antopia. I granted him eternal life, so that he may serve me and suffer by my hand for all time. In an instant, I descended from my throne and delivered a backhanded slap to Iniscoro's jaw, sending him careening to the marble floor in a heap. Iniscoro slowly stood and wiped his bleeding mouth with the back of his sleeve.
I deserve anything you do to me, Master. 'Tis a pleasure to serve you.
Shortly after the Order had taught me the secret to immortality, I traveled to the Bounty Hunters Guild Hall in the Abandon and took Iniscoro as my slave. For many years, I had beaten, tortured, and paid groups of men to defile this man. Despite the lessons I learned from my great-grandfather, Xanalar, my fury will never cease towards this foul cretin. Even an eternity of suffering is too kind a fate for Iniscoro Skytaker.
Oof!
I kicked Iniscoro in the gut and stared at him as he doubled over in pain and slowly recovered from the blow.
Master, I have important news. They discovered an artifact.
Iniscoro reached into his pocket and slowly brought out a dull pink ring. A large pale pink stone was set in the band. I snatched it from Iniscoro's fingers and demanded of him, while carefully looking over the item, "Where did you idiots find this? It doesn't seem like anything special to me."
Master, our researchers were in a large room and... This sounds queer, but I speak the truth. A portal of sorts appeared out of nowhere, and there was a pink flash of light. When the light receded, this ring was simply laying on the ground.
Interesting. And what does this ring do, you moronic slug of a man? I inquired.
Master, none in your service could attune to its power or uncover its mysteries. Magic users in your service believe it contains power that is beyond what exists in our world.
Now, this certainly piqued my interest. Leave me, slug. I will enter my training vault and uncover the power of this relic. With that, I entered the stone chamber, created for me by the scholar, and shut the blast-proof door. There were few places in Cortania where I could experiment with the limits of my power, but Balmesh had created the perfect training area for me in my Jater fortress. It took days for me to understand the nature of this artifact and attune to it. Once this was done, time passed by. Days, weeks, months. I did not know. I combined my powers as a council member of the Order of Dominance with the attributes of the ring. Finally, my training was complete, and I exited the chamber. Excited, I scanned my throne room and saw most of my commanders and champions had assembled, awaiting my return from the chamber. Apparently, I was making quite a racket while training. I smiled at my subordinates and held up my right hand. The ring was glowing a bright pink. Behold, the Ring of Vigor. Rally our forces. We leave Jater immediately. Iniscoro meekly asked a question of his master.
What is our destination, Lord Sixth?
A twinkle was in my eye as I said, "We are returning to Antopia. This world will be mine, and Dova will be the birthplace of my reign."